Hello everyone. Today I'm going to show you how to write an improper fraction as a mixed number. So let's say that you have this fraction here, 21 over 4, which is improper, and you want to write it as a mixed number. Now there's few ways to do this. Well, the hardest way I think sometimes is to literally divide these two numbers. Again, when you have a fraction like this and when you want to divide it, you want to know what goes on the outside and what goes on the inside. So here's a trick. You can call this IO. So I stands for inside and O stands for outside. So the top number always goes on the inside and the bottom number always goes on the outside. And you divide it. So again, remember your times table. 4 times 5 is 20 and 4 times 6 is 24. So how many times 4 goes into 21? Again, you pick the closest one to 21 here. And 4 will go into 21 5 times. Now 5 times 4 is 20. 21 take away 20, you have 1 as a remainder. So this is your final answer, and you want to be able to write this answer as a mixed number. And remember that a mixed number looks like this. You have a whole number here, a number here, and a number there. Now, always remember that your answer here on top here is the one that goes in front. Your remainder is the one that goes here. And the original number that you had on the bottom here, which is the one that is on the outside here, is the one that stays on the bottom here. So your final answer is 5/1/4. So that's one way of seeing this problem here and of doing it. The other way of doing it, it's if you have 21 over 4, you know for a fact that 4 doesn't go into 21 evenly, since you know your times table, hopefully, and you know that 4 times 5 is 20, 4 times 6 is 24, and 4 times 4 is 16. Now, you know for a fact that the closest number to 21 that 4 can goes into is 20. The closest number to 21, but that is smaller than it, that 4 can goes into is 20. Since 4 goes into 20, how many times? 5 times. So the other way of doing it is to split up that 21 into 20 plus 1, because it means exactly the same thing. So 21 is 20 plus 1, and it's over 4. So by doing it that way, sometimes it's easier to see it. That 4 goes into 20, so you could do this with this. 4 goes into 20 how many times? 5 times. And what's left? You have a 1 left here on top. And the bottom here stays the same. Why? Because the 4, the 20 and the 1 were sharing the same denominator, the same bottom here. So the 4 was for the 20, and this 4 was for the 1 also. So 5/1/4. Let's look at another example. Let's say that you have this problem here, 17 over 5. So again, if you're using the shortcut, the fast way of doing this, again, if you know your times table, you know that 5 doesn't go into 17 evenly. 5 only goes into 15 evenly, which is the closest one to 17, and that is smaller than 17. So again, in your head, you should think of 17 as 15 plus 2. So you can say, oh, 5 will go into 15 3 times, so 15 is gone now. And what is left? It's 2/5. So that's the fastest way of doing it. And again, if you're not comfortable doing it this way, you can still go the long way. And 5 goes into 17 how many times? 3 times. 3 times 5 is 15. Take away. So 17 minus 15 is 2. So again, this one is the one that goes in front. It has priority, so it goes all the way in front. The remainder is what remains. So the remainder is hiding behind the 3 here, because that's what remains. And the denominator, the 5 that was on the bottom, still on the bottom here. So see, same answer. And one last example. Let's say that you have 18 over 6. Again, this is still an improper fraction. Why? Because the top number is larger than the bottom number. So how many times 6 goes into 18? So if you remember your multiplication table, remember that 6 times 3 is 18. So 6 goes into 18 3 times. So that means 18 divided by 6 will give you what? Will just give you 3. And that right there is your whole number. So sometimes they can ask you to change an improper fraction to a mixed number, just like we did in the two previous examples, or they'll ask you to change an improper fraction into a whole number, which is this case here. Or if you had that example 4 over 4, they can still ask you the same question to change that improper fraction into a whole number. So 4 divided by 4 is 1, because 4 goes into 4 once. So that would be your final answer. Thanks for watching and make sure you practice. Bye.